Good morning, everyone. I am Jonathan J. Reinhardt from Wargaming Recon, and this is the Pandemic Coffee Break. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, and I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Pandemic Coffee Break. So I am lucky enough to get to work from home, and just like when I'm at work, I get to take a coffee break. So I have my usual beverage, my Tim Hortons mug, still not sponsored, that's okay, with decaf Earl Grey, cream, and Splenda. Please leave a comment to let us know that you're here watching it live. We are streaming to YouTube and to Facebook. And of course, if you don't get to watch us live, that's okay because the videos are saved. So you can always watch them anytime on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page for Wargaming Recon. So today we have some really cool stuff to talk about. Some of it's going to carry over from yesterday, but that's okay. And there's some new stuff for today. So let's begin with some breaking news that has come out this morning. And really, I'm only surprised about it insofar as it took them this long to make this announcement. So Historicon is officially canceled for 2020. They are going to refund all vendor fees and that kind of stuff to people who've paid for booths, and they're going to get full refunds on that. The convention has worked it out with their convention space that they're going to not have to pay any cancellation fees. They're going to get all their money back and everything. It's sad, but really, like I said, the thing that surprises me the most is not that Historicon canceled, but that Historicon took this long to cancel. Because I don't know what they were thinking. It's a huge event, right? It's on the East Coast where there's a lot of people. It's probably the largest historical gaming convention in all of North America. And they still thought that they'd be able to have the event, even if things lessened. I mean, I don't know. I understand places have to kind of be careful because they have to make sure that things work out financially because they can't just cancel too soon, or they have legal obligations where maybe they're on the hook financially. So I understand that, but like, come on, we're still in the pandemic's still happening, everyone. Uh, really, I'm glad they canceled because it's better to be safe. But oh my goodness, this is one of those that I think it's like it's news because it's not news. And they're not the only one. I mean, there's been all these other conventions that have canceled already, and some that'll continue to cancel. Some are trying to reschedule for the fall. I think really 2020 is going to be the year of no physical conventions from when the pandemic has started, depending on where you are, all the way through to the end. Because in the fall, predictions could be wrong, but predictions are that it's going to kick back in again with the pandemic. So I have no idea. So it's sad that Historicon is canceled, but I'm glad they are. And I will say, although they're canceled, another convention in the UK also canceled, Partisan, but they're doing a really cool thing that I want to share with all of you. So on Sunday, May 17th, they're going to do something called Partisan in the Cloud, where people will be able to hang out on their Facebook page, and it's going to be just like all sorts of live events and everything. So they're going to have videos that'll be going on, like 5-minute long videos that'll be about gaming or stuff that's happening. They're going to have some specials on their blogs people can do. There's going to be picture galleries, special offers from traders. There's going to be some live events. So they're doing one of Annie's coffee mornings from Bad Squirtle Games. She does it every Sunday morning, I believe, over in the UK. So like afternoon-ish here in the States. And Henry Hyde also has a special Patreon recording that he did for Battle Chat with the head honcho of Partisan. And so that's going to be there as well. And that's out now, I think, for his Patreon backers. I think so, yeah. So other people will be able to get at that and do cool stuff. So be sure to check it out on Facebook as they kind of just see what they can do to keep things going there. And I love that they're doing something that we're doing here with Let's Roll. And I'm going to save that for a little bit later. You would think it would fit right here, right? Because we're talking about events. But I want to go a little bit deeper into events at Let's Roll for things that you might want to sign up for. So that's Partisan. I actually thought now would be kind of a cool time to show you something that I've had for a little bit from a UK company. that I've worked on, and I think you might really like. So the company's called Ironclad Miniatures, and they make all sorts of stuff. They make 15 millimeter terrain, 20 mil, 28 mil. They do minis for like steampunk and the Boxer Rebellion and all that kind of stuff. And they had sent, this was a while ago that I'd done this, but I realized I've never really talked about it, I don't think, on the show or anything. And so I thought I would share it with you here. They make these really cool defensive emplacements. So I had received some as review and painted them up and everything. So I thought I would show you. So this is one. This is a nice emplacement that you could use for a mortar. This is 28 mil. It's resin, so it comes unpainted, of course. And then I had spray painted them for base coat, and then I just kind of had worked on it and did some inking on it, so to give some darker patches. Inside there's wood, so you work on the wood there. Nice sandbags. Those are really cool. It's all one piece. And then I use Leadbear's Tufts all the way around. So I got that. I got this one is like a one-man dugout. So this would be cool for just about any period. You could use this for really anything. World War I, World War II. You could use this for Vietnam. I mean, people have been digging out and putting sandbags for a million years, right? So also stuff, I did some flock to kind of give some green area with a little bit of static grass to really do these up. And then I have some more. I have a nice two-man dugout. And these are really gorgeous pieces. They painted up really well. They were fun to work on. They took paint pretty easily. And they're nice because you can do so much to make it your own. And here, let me show you the last one here, which is a gun emplacement. Be great for like an anti-tank gun. So you have your hollow area right here. So the gun can be right here to shoot out your sandbags. And then you can see how it's all reinforced with wood right there. But everything is really sculpted nicely. So like you look here, for example, right? And you can see those are stones and pebbles. That's sculpted on. I didn't add that. So that's all part of the kit there. And I thought I would take you to their website right now so you could take a peek and see what their website is like, because they have all sorts of stuff. And I think you're going to really enjoy it. This is what the website looks like when you get to it. And the things I have are 28 mil terrain. So we'll just go here, and they make all sorts of stuff. So these are from their field positions, but they have some stuff here for French and Indian Wars, which are cool. So you can get palisades. And look at this. This is just, it's beautiful. Nice pieces. What it looks like on the inside. Pricing isn't bad either. A nice shattered section from maybe where people have broken through. Let's go over to the field positions, which are something I think that they do really, really well. So you can get barricades for £2.50. And look at these barricades. Gorgeous. A nice impromptu barricade that is made. And I think it looks really cool. You also get a different type of barricade here. Same price. So it looks really cool. Let's look at some of the other ones. The slit trench. This is what I've seen referred to as the two-person trench. So that's like what I have. Very nice. And that's only $350. Anti-tank position, $350. A weapons pit, $350. Now this one's looks really neat. Oh, maybe I don't have the slit trench. I thought I did. Right here, this field position, log built bunker. Look at this. So if we click on it, nice earthenwork position. You can see how it's built here with some wood. Nice on top with all the grass and everything. Just, it's gorgeous. And of course, the roof comes off so you can get in all the way. Beautiful piece. Absolutely worth the $850 for this thing. And they keep on going. The foxholes, a strong point, supply dumps. Look at these 2 different types of supply dumps. And then they do all sorts of miniatures. So let's go over here. This one would be cool. The steampunk stuff. Once it loads. Here we go. So let's go steam tanks, because I love tanks. And look at these tanks. $850 for this small scout tank. This is 28 mil. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Just a beautiful piece. And then they have some more tanks here too. They get medium. Oh, wait, let's look at this one right down here. This is really cool. A 3-wheeled armored car. Oh man, that is awesome. I love the little windows on the front and the rivets and everything. They've just done such a good job with this. Yeah, so it's a company that I hadn't heard of for a long time, and then I kind of came across them, and they do a great job. They're gorgeous pieces. Everything's really wonderful. And then for those of you who like smaller scale, if you want 15 mil terrain, they do all sorts of stuff. So let's look at, oh, they got railway tracks. I know someone who wanted bocage. You can get for £3. Look at this. Beautiful 15 mil sections. Looks really nice. You get 2 of these for the £3.50. Oh, sorry, £3. 100 millimeter in length. 12 mils to the top of the earth bank. And they give you the foliage as well. Very, very cool. And this hole's already drilled in the top of the bank, so you can just add trees if you want. They got gate sections. Oh, 90-degree bends. £3 here. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. Great for 15 mil. Anyone who's doing, I don't know, Flames of War or Battlefront maybe might want some nice bocage. And they just have tons of it. Ambush positions here. 45-degree bends and X. Or you can get a whole set. Look at this. The whole set is only £16. What do you get in a whole set? Whole set gives you 6 straight, 2 gate, 4 corners, and all the foliage you need. You save 10% off buying it individually. And look at all of it. Yeah, let's go big. This is like a no-brainer. Look how much of that you get for £16. It's a steal, an absolute steal. I highly recommend people check them out. I've been really happy with my emplacements that I have from them, and I think you'll like it as well. Let's head on over to the chat before we move forward and see what we have here for chat messages. So Barnaby's joining us from Canada saying, good morning. Thank you for making it. Yeah, we did yesterday's live stream, and it was so empty. And I was like, whoa, are people not here? I wondered if maybe it was just like a really crappy live stream that I did. People were like, no, we're going to avoid him because he's a jerk and it's awful. So I wasn't quite sure. And we got Jamie watching live as he makes some dinner. What are you making us, Jamie? Anything good? So I'd like some roast chicken with potatoes, or maybe what would I like? Oh, a tort. Will you make a tort? And Barnaby says, yes, it's a huge shame about Historicon, though hardly a surprise. That's a shame that you weren't able to attend, which you could have, I guess, this year. But I agree with you. They had to really cover all the legalese about it to make sure it's all set. And Nathan saying, I got to stop leading off with the big news. He's 3 minutes late and don't know what I'm talking about. That's why, Nathan, you got to remember to come when we're going to do these, or you can watch after the fact. But I will tell you, it has to do with Historicon. The big news is that it's not big news, but they canceled for 2020. And Mark says, good morning. Thank you, Mark, for joining us today. Well, why don't we keep on moving on? And actually, I want to show you some better pictures of the iron clad stuff that I took and shared. And we're going to do another screen share for all of you. Heading on over to wargamingrecon.com. And this was done a while ago, where we did a preview a long time ago for these minis. And so what I had done, this kind of walks you through how I worked on mine. So here's a video here of me priming them, which I'm not going to play, but you can play. This is on our YouTube channel. And then live stream video that I did of painting, where I started to paint them. My Ninja Turtle shirt there. And then we get some pictures here for showing the process of where they were primed and painted. Oh, God, this is so long ago that right here you can see I have a really tiny cutting mat, and this was before I updated to my brand new cutting mat, which is huge. And this is that's not. And that's why there's all those paper towels there. Then we get some nice close-ups here of the inking happening. So you can see where, especially this one on the right, where I left some areas that weren't inked because I wanted lighter colored. And then we worked on the inside with the supports for the wood and everything, and dry brushing and added basing and everything. And this is them on my table with a cigar box battle mat. I got some Barkman Scenescapes trees on there. And then the other stuff is Wargamers Terrain. I believe it's, Wargamers Terrain pieces for like rivers and things like that to kind of give it more of a feel. And they're gorgeous pieces. Some nice up close shots. Bolt action figs in there to give it as an example. And it was a lot of fun to work on them and to do them. So very, very cool there. Now, I've been talking a lot lately about a game called Cube of Death. And I keep on saying, I have many versions of this game. And the sounds you're hearing are just me closing up containers. But that I have many versions of this game, and that I think is one that a lot of people would like. And I realized I haven't actually shown anyone the game. So I thought I would start now by showing you what I have for the game. So it has a lot of cards. And keep in mind that what I have is a different version than what might be out. So you begin with, let me separate them. You have these cards right here, which are character cards. And so each character has different abilities. And you track on the card things like your hit points on this side. As you get attacked, and it goes down and down and down. And then they have special abilities. So some will have a player versus, actually they'll all player versus player abilities. Then they have a quest ability. So it tells you what you can do if you look at the card. So I'm holding up the Ranger right here. And each one has a different set of abilities. So these are really cool. And how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 different options. Really neat. Then you have these brown cards, which are rooms. And the rooms are things that you draw and you can end up in. So let's just take one, for example. We have an observatory. And you might have the same room more than once, but with different stuff on it. So this one, for example, says that there's a trap. And then it tells you what happens, whether you answer a basic question or an advanced question. And then you can get something from here. So you can get an amulet of teleportation, and it tells you what happens if you get that. So each room has cool stuff that happens. And I believe they all have different things like that. And then you have your multicolor question cards, and these that you're not seeing, these are green. It's because I got my green screen up. So the blue ones are advanced questions. Red ones are expert, and the green are basic. So let's just take a basic question here, and just to give you an idea of the kind of thing that is in it. And we'll just take this top one. So play along. Okay, so if you're watching live, I'm going to read the question, and I want you to put your answer in the comments, okay? And then I'll tell you who's correct. And so there's 4 categories that people could pick from, but I'm going to pick the category. So this one has old school sci-fi, modern sci-fi, Star Wars and Star Trek. So very basic level question. So I'm going to go with Star Wars. Okay. Now make sure you're ready so you can answer in the comments. The question is, which main non-droid Star Wars character did not receive a medal at the end of episode 4? So while you're thinking, I'll give you a few moments, not minutes. You don't need minutes to answer this. So put your guesses in the comments if you want to play along with us. And we'll just give you a few moments to see if you know the answer right here. Okay, I can't do any more of that because it's copyrighted music. So, which main non-droid Star Wars character did not receive a medal at the end of episode 4? You get moments now to lock in. And okay, so I'm going to read the answer now. And the answer is Chewbacca. And let's see, anyone get it right? Nathan here says Chewbacca. Way to go. And so you win, and then things happen in the actual game. Or let's, for fun, let's do one from each section. Okay, and I'm just going to pick through. So here we're going to do an expert question. Now, expert questions are cool because they're 2 parts. So you get a first question, and if you get that right, then you get asked the second question. So this one is from Ready Player One. Now let's see who knows Ready Player One very well. And the question is, how many keys did a player need to win to earn the Easter egg of the Oasis? How many keys did a player need to win to earn the Easter egg of the Oasis? So put your guesses below. It'll be a number. And put them in the comments. If you have any guesses here, and be sure to put them in. I'll give you a moment to get your guesses in as well. And we will see if any of you get it correct. How many keys? Okay. Okay, so time is up now. Make sure you have your guesses in. How many keys did a player need to win to earn the Easter egg of the Oasis? And the answer is 3. Anybody get it? Nobody. Okay. I guess Ready Player One is a little too niche. And we're going to try one from the advanced set. And let's do... Here, we're going to go, and I'm going to pick something. Oh, here we go. We're going to do this. So this one, and play along again. There's 3 categories, but I know which category I'm going to use. So categories on this card are Roman mythology, biology, or horror. And if you were playing, you get to pick the category you want to answer. But I'm giving you the category and the question, and so you have to answer it. Now get ready to leave your answer in the comments. So the category is Roman mythology. Artemis is this god's twin sister. Take a moment and put your guess in the comments. Artemis is this god's twin sister. So put it in. Let's see who you get and see how well all of you do with these kind of trivia questions. And I'm just sharing these to kind of give you an idea of what kind of trivia you can expect if you play Cube of Death. And time's running out. Let's see. Anybody going to guess? How's your Roman mythology? Okay. And time is up. So the question is, Artemis is this god's twin sister? And the answer is Apollo. Anybody get it? No. I think you... Oh, there we go. We got a late one. Rob. Apollo. Yes. So these are the kind of questions you can expect for playing Cube of Death. And I have also previously mentioned that Cube of Death is, I believe, the only game that we've ever live streamed on the podcast. So we actually did it for episode 234, which was a lot of fun. I highly recommend you listen to it. And I do want to warn you that we have some coarse language in that episode for comedic effect. So it's not a family-friendly one. So if you're going to listen with small people around, or those who may be offended easily, put some headphones on or something. And now I want to kind of just dive in to talking about Let's Roll. So each day I'm going to highlight some games from Let's Roll for the Let's Roll Virtual Gaming Convention, which happens this Saturday, May 16th, 2020, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Cube of Death is being run twice at 2 different time slots. Please sign up. And I think now that you've heard some questions, you'll be able to kind of get a better idea of what it will be in it and how to play. It's a lot of fun, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So today I want to showcase a couple of the games from it. So this one right here I want to showcase is Black Sheep, and it is in what time slot? It's in the 6 p.m. Eastern time slot. And what this is a game of Check Your Six. So this is World War II air combat in the Pacific. And in this, the legendary Black Sheep Squadron is flying a combat mission on September 18th against incoming Japanese Val dive bombers and Zeke escorts. You have to protect the U.S. Navy's landing transports as they are en route. And this is being run by Rob Rubenhorst. It's for players ages 10 and older. They're using Roll20 so you can actually see what's happening, and then Discord so you can chat. All this stuff is free, and everything will be on Roll20 so you can go ahead and see all that and get into everything, which is really cool. So that's very nice. And in case you're not familiar with Check Your Six, it is a 1/300 scale miniatures game. Aerial combat. It's a lot of fun. Adrian loves Check Your Six. It's one of his favorite aerial combat. And if you go on to boardgamegeek.com at any point, you'll be able to see pictures of it. People just share all sorts of stuff for Check Your Six. And you can see all sorts of really cool things there. People get into this pretty heavily. A lot of fun. And I think this is something that people might want to check out. So this is an option. And it's really cool. Aerial combat's a lot of fun. Like I said, people have a lot of laughs, and it's a neat way to play. Now, another game I wanted to make sure that I showed you is, let me make sure I find it. Here we go. This is in the 8 p.m. time slot. This is the Black Seas Pirate Encounter. There's only 2 seats left. So if you want to play, do not wait. This is being run on Skype by Adam Carrier, who's a really good GM. It is using the Warlord Games Black Seas rules. It's 19th century naval combat. There's an American squadron of ships patrolling the Caribbean looking for French privateers and pirates, and they spot an American merchant ship with French ships in pursuit. Should be a lot of fun. I know Adam's been working on this a lot lately to get this going, and it will be something that people should enjoy. I know it's later in the day, so it's harder for those of you in different time zones, but it is worth it if you can get to it. And then for those of you who might be across the pond, let's scroll up towards the beginning of the day so you can see some other games that you might like. So here's Rob Rubenhurst again. Road to Kamuta. This is Battle Group World War II and World War II Tunisia. And he's also, again, going to be using Roll20 and Discord. This one will take about 3 to 4 hours to play. It is playing with Battle Group. I know Battle Group's a very popular World War II miniatures game set of rules, so you can check that out. Like I said, this is free to play. You just have to go to letsrollcon.com, and you might already have set up your free player account, but you got to make sure you go and you register for games. Do not forget to register for the games at letsrollcon.com. So that's really easy to do. All you have to do is go to letsrollcon.com. You log in, and then you click on my account, which you're seeing here. I'm going to log in again. You click on my account and go to game room. And then you go and pick your games. And I'm sorry, everyone, my phone is ringing. One moment, please. Sorry about that, everyone. That was just an unwanted phone call. So let's go back to the game room here at letsrollcon.com. So after you get your player account set up, you want to go ahead and scroll down, and you can see the times. So you pick whatever games you want to play. Like maybe you want to play Road to Kamuta, an early time slot, so that way you can play over in the UK. Or maybe you want to play Zombicide, which is a great game. This is just so much fun. Board game, a lot of fun for this. You have to make sure when you play that your players are quiet, not literally, but in the game, because the more noise they make, the more zombies come. So keep that in mind. And you pick everything that you want to play, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom. And you can actually pick tickets for your game. Now, everything is free, but you do have to register for games. Stuff here at the top of the list here for tickets are later time slots, and stuff at the bottom are earlier time slots. So if you want to play Road to Kamuta, right here, you click over on the right, you pick what ticket. You need 1 ticket, you need 8 tickets, whatever. And then you just keep on going through. You want Zombicide, ticket. You want Battle of Edson's Ridge, ticket. You do for all the ones you want, and then you go through and work your way through. And if you have questions about a game, click this little blue icon next to it, and it gives you details about the game. It tells you all the information about what the rules are, the game, who's the GM, and all that kind of stuff. So that way you can see more details about it. And some games are selling out. Mars is a Lie is signed. It's sold out right here. This is being run multiple times during the day, but sold out for this earlier time slot. Mago's Escape, sold out for that earlier time slot. So games are selling out, and you don't want to be missing on whatever game you wish to play. So please go ahead and do this and get in for whatever games you want to play. So that is Saturday, May 16. Yeah, that's right. May 16, 2020. This coming Saturday. Please play. And then we also will have a lot of events, which we will be revealing a little bit later this week. So I think that just about does it for us here for today's pandemic coffee break. Thank you all for joining us today. And remember, we will be back the rest of the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, here streaming for another pandemic coffee break. So please remember, especially with the pandemic, but with all things in life, listen to the experts. In case of the pandemic, listen to the scientists, the doctors, the medical professionals. Do not listen to Karen on Facebook. She is wrong. Don't trust her. She tells lies. Lies, I tell you. Ignore her, because Karen is wrong. Please be kind to yourself and to others. Remember, good enough is good. We will all get through this, I promise you. Just take some time. And we just have to get used to this new normal. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Really, it means a lot to me. And I really appreciate that you've taken the time to tune in. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Until I talk with you again tomorrow, remember, no matter how busy you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how much time you're thinking, what was the answer to that Ready Player One trivia question Jonathan asked from Cuba Death? You know, that you need to, you have to keep on gaming. Thanks, everyone. Be well.